Our mission embraces the vision of full access to essential civil legal assistance for all low-income people who cannot afford a lawyer on their own. In our 55-year history, Legal Services has handled collectively over 2.7 million cases, helping over 8 million people. The types of matters handled are of critical importance to those who seek our services and can make the difference between having a home, having enough to eat, accessing health care, being free from domestic violence, and other life-sustaining matters.
They came to the door and they said that they could help me, and I believed them. I was scammed. I was paying them faithfully $950 a month, and I did it for a year. And all of a sudden, that's when I got the notice on the door. I didn't know where to turn, what to do. I ended up calling Legal Services.
I worked for the city indirectly through a cleaning company, and I did that up until COVID, until everything got shut down, March 16th. I owed rent, so they did not even wait. I think it was less than 6 months. I found out that they sent me to court, and I was like, why would you send me to court and there's a moratorium? That makes no sense. I spoke to I guess it was the courts, and they gave me numbers, and Legal Services was a number I called, and it started from there. I don't think they expected me to come with resources or someone to fight my case.
Can't do much because of the stage 4 emphysema, so it's kind of tough. The IRS sent me a bill in 2015 saying that I owed $15,000 in back taxes. They said that you forgot to file taxes in 2009, 2011, somebody worked, even though 2 of those years I was in the hospital. I did Google Legal Services, and the first one to come out was the one in Edison.
When I lost the job that I was on, I panicked a little bit, but I knew that I would be receiving unemployment until I was offered this other position. I was guaranteed, the job, which I got. But once I was told the pay, I was floored. I was promised a salary increase, and based on my job performance, I did my part. They did not give me the increase that was promised, which was in writing. When I went back to try to reopen my unemployment claim, I was denied.
I had broken up with my children's father, and I had a restraining order against him. One day, one of these incidents had led to a fight, like many of the incidents, but then I was arrested. And so I didn't have anyone to care for my children while I was arrested, and so DCPSB stepped in and removed my children. So they put me in a drug treatment program, and an anger management program, and an individual therapy program. They also told me, you got to go to domestic violence counseling now. And then they told me they didn't think that domestic violence counseling where I was going, where I was getting the anger managed, was sufficient. So they made me go to another one, which was like 6 or 7 months long. And in between them, there were court dates that they were like, well, she hasn't completed this, so we got to move forward with adoption. They were moving from here, and they just weren't happy. So it was hard because I felt like their childhood was being taken away from them.
On my 22nd birthday, I caught my first and my only offense. It was a kid from Seton Hall Prep, and he had charges very similar to mine: unlawful possession of a weapon, possession of cocaine, and I had unlawful possession of a weapon and possession of crack cocaine, and we both had no records prior. And he walked out of there with 3 years probation, and I sat. And I sat. When I was released from prison, I was 25 years old. When you see that question, have you ever been convicted of a felony? You just want to say no, because once you put yes, it's over.
I don't know where he came from. And he walked to me and then he said, "Hey, hi, I work in the store, I'm the manager, and I'm looking to hire girls." After that, he was telling me to go to see him almost every day. He was texting me, calling me. Also, he was telling me that he would have to go to drive away, to DC, to upstate New York, to those places that are hours driving, that I would have to go with him to meetings. And then I would be his partner. I give them all my documents to show that I was legal here. After 3 to 4 days, I was asking him and he was acting like I never gave them to him. And then he would start calling me and texting me with those threats, telling me, suddenly telling me that I want him $50,000. I was just like, why are you doing this? Why are you lying? Why are you making this up? And he was not answering. He just said, "You better be here at 6:30 or I'm gonna come after you." I told the story and she gave me the legal service number. Thank God.
Michelle and them handle it absolutely well. And they went through it step by step.
People always told me that it was impossible in the state of New Jersey to get your record expunged. In some type way, I stumbled across legal services in New Jersey. They understood that I was a changed man.
She made me feel so comfortable. And she told me, "Melanie, it's going to be okay. I got this."
It took about 3.5 years. The debt is completely gone because I have nothing. In 4 months, I got a letter saying that I was approved for Social Security disability, and I would have the insurance for my medications, which I take a lot of. I couldn't even believe it the day I got the letter. I called Wally up and said, "Wally, you got me approved. I cannot believe it." Oh my God, oh my God.
When they came home, I was so happy. And it felt good to get in the car and just drive. And didn't have to say, "Okay, I'll see you guys next week." So I was happy. It was like the best thing that could happen to me.
She not only got back my unemployment, but she also got back all the retro.
They told me about this visa, it calls visa. They helped me fill it up the application. It took me 7 to 8 months to do the biometrics. And then I think it's a miracle that I got approved in a month.
This service is definitely the service to go to because they have caring people that will take their time and listen and really go to bat for you.
Everything was really worked out. And I appreciate you all very much, and I thank you so very much.
They was there to help me every step of the way. And when I felt like we couldn't make it, they was there to hold my hand.
I am grateful to the end of my life for what they did for me, sincerely.
They're like family, you know. In fact, they did more for me than family did. And I can never thank them enough.